Anyone paying attention knows that there's a lot of changes happening in the world right now. The war in Ukraine, Palestine and Israel, airplanes crashing out of the sky right and left, unusual weather, political craziness, and of course, the never-ending barrage of unimaginable random acts of violence we hear about every day. How do we maintain our sanity in crazy times like this? First of all, we have to realize that we can't control anything that's going on around us. The only thing we can control is how we react to it. Sometimes our reactions are internal. We can't really make a visible difference in the world. But how we manage our mind is of utmost importance. We may not be able to change our circumstances, but if we let our emotions get the best of us, we no longer have access to our wisdom. If we maintain our disciplined mind, we're still in control. It's the one thing that they can't take away from us. Have you ever had a feeling that something was going to happen before it did? Have you ever felt that someday, somehow, you're going to be in a certain situation? I've always known that my purpose in life was to help people manage in these coming chaotic times. Native American prophecies, like the Hopi prophecy about the four worlds, warned us that this time would come. I knew the traditional teachings and medicine wheels would be integral. Some people excel in survival skills. Others know how to rebuild societies. The biggest threat to each and every one of us comes from our own minds. Our mind can play tricks on us. It can make us believe things that aren't really true and convince us to do terrible things. Our first priority has to be to our sanity and our self-control. There are many medicine wheel teachings that can tell us how to recognize the lies that we tell ourselves. They show us how to find our inner peace. First, we have to recognize the fear feeders, the voices in our head that serve no purpose other than to feed our fears. These are not our inner personas. It's up to us to develop the self-discipline to ignore the fear feeder voices. The inner adults, children, and elders are the voices we should encourage and pay attention to. These will help us to see what's important, let go of the bullshit, and be the best version of ourselves that we can be. The next step is to find our true self. Most of us grew up thinking we weren't worthy of love if we didn't act in certain ways. We had to follow the path our caregivers set out for us. Any deviation was met with harsh criticism. If they wanted us to be a doctor, there was no changing their mind. Our career in theater was simply not going to happen unless we wanted to say goodbye to our family and their support. In order to follow the path we planned for this life before we were born, we have to learn how to live our life for ourselves. This brings us to two important medicine wheels, the circle of foxes and the dance of the coyotes. I'll be doing a video on these two medicine wheels soon, so if you're interested, please subscribe and hit that bell so you'll be notified when they come out. These two medicine wheels, and recognizing the inner personas and the fear feeders, are the first steps on the path to maintaining your own harmony, hope, health, happiness, and humor in chaotic times. Anyone who's paying attention can tell you we're in for some chaotic times. But the The tools that our ancestors left us can help us to retain control over our own lives and to make the world a better place. Thank you very much for watching.